Good morning, everyone. We're going to talk a little bit about Prioritizer this morning and how to log in for the first time and set up the system. First thing to keep in mind is that it's all web browser driven, which is great. It's easy to pull up no matter what device you're on. But if you're on a desktop computer, which for customer service and administrative support, that'll be the vast majority of the time, you're always going to want to use Internet Explorer. So Chrome and Firefox will in fact pull up the site, but there are some known issues if you're not using Internet Explorer. So to start the process, you open up Internet Explorer and you point it to ejwelsh.org. Right. So when you open up ejwelsh.org, it's going to bring you to a login screen. On that login screen, you're going to enter your credentials. Now, first time around, obviously you don't know what your credentials are, so you're going to indicate that you forgot your password. And it's going to ask you for your username. Your username is your first initial and last name. And then it's going to ask you for your email, which is your EJ Welsh email. Now, after you've entered those credentials, you're going to hit submit. And then that'll send you a message here. It says mail was sent to your inbox. Please check your email. If you get any other message, please send an email to me, mbruner@ejwelsh.com, and we'll troubleshoot it from there. So once you've done this, it'll take about 10 seconds, and then you'll get an email. It looks just like that. From within that email, you click on the link, and it'll ask you to enter a new password. So you're going to enter it twice. Both fields obviously must match, and there are no requirements for your password except that it's something easy for you to remember. And once you hit submit, it's going to pull you into the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out that window. We're going to go back here, and we're going to log in using our new credentials. So again, the username is first initial last name. Password is the one we just sent. So once you've done that, you're going to sign in. Now, once and only once for your first login, it's going to ask you to answer a few questions. First question is obviously language, and the second one is your time zone. Time zone you're going to set to UTC -6. That's Central Time, with the exception of Northwest Indiana, where you're going to set it, and Indianapolis, where you're going to set it to Eastern Time. And then that format, MM-DD-YYYY, is a fine format. And you're going to click on Get Started. And when you do, it pulls you to your login screen. Now, on your first login to the system, you're going to notice that your home screen is completely blank. So we're going to add two widgets to the system. Right? One is the history widget. So you're going to go up here to the upper right and click on Add Widget, and then History. And you'll notice that a history widget appears. And in that history widget is going to be all the activities that are going on around the organization. It's kind of like a Twitter feed, so it kind of keeps you abreast of what's going on. So we just scrolled down through the first page of results, and this is everything that's been going on over the last hour. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of activity in the system on a regular basis, because all the field sales reps and some of customer service is already on the system. So keeps you abreast of what's going on. The next step is you're going to add the overdue activities widget. And that is about a third of the way down. Here it is. And it'll give you the overdue activities. So that's basic login and setup for your first time in Prioritizer. What you should do now is this video will stop, and before you go on to the next sections of the modules, please go ahead and set up your Prioritizer. Set up your password and set up those two widgets, and then we'll move on to the next part of the series. So thanks for your attention.